After an historic, crazy, wild Triple Crown last Wednesday night at Talladega, things go back short track style. This evening, it's a century grind around the Iowa Speedway in the cornfields of Iowa as the next round of Round 4 gets underway for the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. This evening, 100 laps here on LSR TV and on the CRN Sports Network. Good evening. From Iowa, virtually, I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Mr. Greg Rance. And Greg, we've got an awesome race here tonight. Iowa Speedway, always a unique racetrack. We should see a unique race here this evening.
I'm excited, Wesley. When I'm announcing Super Late Models with the Northwest Tour, which is coming to LSR TV this winter, by the way, Iowa is always one of my favorite tracks of the year on the schedule. Sir. This track is just so racy. You've got so many different grooves that you can pick and choose from at this track. It's going to be so much fun watching Super Late Models be up to 3 wide in this race. 100 laps the distance tonight. I can't wait. This is my first time calling NASRA, and I've been excited. This has been something I've been looking forward to for quite some time, to be able to call this series. This has been an awesome show so far on LSR TV. I'm excited to finally be a part of it.
Well, there has certainly been a lot of hype and excitement and people ready for this one for sure. Tonight's race again will feature all the drivers getting ready to go for this event. And by the way, we have some new intro music. I just caught that myself as well. So Charles Wooten doing an awesome job in the production chair, things sounding good. We're going to have a good race here tonight. It's just coming up is going to be the end of the qualifying session, and the drivers will all be getting ready to go to qualifying. Practice has just wrapped up. We will have qualifying, and then qualifying will set the lineup for heat races. Heat races will then set up the lineup for peel draw, and our own Charles from LSR TV will decide the peel draw. He will decide the fate of what these drivers will be turning tonight.
Going to be interesting. Well, before we got a pill to drop, we have ourselves qualifying to handle, and we are on track. Cars on track for the first time here this evening for qualifying after they wrapped up practice 26 strong here in Iowa tonight. Going to be a lot of fun watching these super late model drivers tackle the high banks, Wesley.
Yes, sir. It should be a fun one as well. As you just said, we're going to watch these drivers make their laps around the speedway, putting down what will be the best laps on the clock as we prepare to go here this evening with coverage on LSR TV and CRN Sports. Look at this beautiful looking machine down the back straightaway. Some of these nice looking cars getting into place. Looks like he's looking at you. He's got his eyes on you there, Greg.
Yeah, this is William Smith in the 00, currently sitting third, 22.723, checkered flag, second lap for him. Jumps back into third, 22.695. Fast time right now, early in the stages, is the number 71 of Daniel Hendre, I believe is how you say the name, Hendry. As he's going to catch the wall off turn number 2, so that's going to discount the second lap. Fortunately for him, his first lap was good enough for a quick time right now. They are coming in a hurry, Wesley, already about 12, 13 cars taking time thus far in this qualifying session. As you see some of our drivers making their way around. New quick time, it's the 83 on screen right now. Brandon Gagnon, 22.575.
Yes, sir. That's the way it stands right now as we watch these drivers work their way around the racetrack, putting down those best laps needed here in this qualifying session. Ready to go at Iowa Speedway. Coverage of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Again, this is round number 4 tonight, 100 laps. As qualifying on the racetrack as we speak, we'll see which driver puts down the best lap time. This should be a good one here. We're glad you're along for the ride with our coverage this evening.
Got a new quick time, Wesley. It's the number 129 of Nicholas Sacco going top of the board, 22.541. We got the top 3 all in the 22.5 second bracket right now, and then another 5 in the 22.6 second bracket. So very competitive qualifying session here thus far. About half the field has made it out for their qualifying laps right now. You're taking a look at the number 2 on track right now. believe this is Jason Maines in the number 2. Wesley, he's been one of the stronger cars this season, correct?
Yes, sir, he has, definitely for sure. And by the way, check your messenger, my friend, and I will send you a roster so that'll kind of help you out with all the stuff that I've been kind of working on throughout the season, and give you a little better idea of who is who. As let everybody will tell you, we prep and prepare just like we're real race announcers for our broadcasts, and I'm glad to have you, Craig, a part of the broadcast team. I know that Derek Fulton's going to be joining me on the ARCA coverage tomorrow night, and for the Cup and Truck Series on Tuesday and Friday, tentatively right now. But man, I know you're a fan of super late model racing, and I think this is a good practice for us to prepare for the new Northwest Super Late Model Series that will be broadcasting together on LSR TV coming up in the winter.
Absolutely, Wesley. And remember, like we said, this is one of the stops for that Northwest Tour that's going to be coming up here starting in late October. Schedule has been finalized, and we are just waiting and counting it down right now. But you're going to have 2 super late model classes here on LSR TV, and this is one of them coming out right now. Garrett Maines has broken the 22.4 second plane in the number 1. Great job for him to leap up there into the top spot. Iowa, Wesley, is one of those very unique racetracks. It's a 7/8 mile track. It's a short track that drives like an intermediate track. Very fun to watch racing here. Multi-groove. You can run up top by the wall. You can run low on the apron. So much fun to watch these guys run around at this 7/8 mile track. 100 laps is going to click away very quickly here. So don't be too shocked to see laps click away. And before we know it, we're already halfway through, setting up for the finish.
So I know that like you were not a part of the broadcast crew last week, but obviously you saw the crazy shenanigans of what Talladega was and what a number that was, the viewers, the turnout. What was your take of Talladega? And I think that's what sold you to get involved with NASRA.
I have been campaigning ever since I watched the broadcast. We had a real-life race at my local track that night. That's why I wasn't able to be there. I was hoping to be a part of that. Unfortunately, did not or was not able to because of real-life racing catching up. But I got home, watched a little bit of that broadcast because had nothing else going on and couldn't sleep after getting home from the racetrack. You know exactly how that goes. And
yes, sir.
I was five laps into that first of the 3 20-lap mains. I was like, I'm hooked. I want to be a part of this series, and I want to drive a super late model at Talladega. I've been campaigning to the Northwest Tour boys for a week now to let's go racing at Talladega. Haven't gotten back to them yet, or haven't heard back from them yet. But speaking of racing, we got a heat race on the grid, Wesley.
Yes, right. That's right. Without further ado, let's give you your starting lineup for heat race number 1. As the field gets assembled, ready to go. 10 laps or 8 laps the distance. This will set up the inside for the feature. Outside row will be determined in a bit. Garrett Maines, fast qualifier, 22.478 will be on the pole to the outside. Brandon Gagnon at 83. Row number 2, Daniel Hinder in the 71. And Canadian Curtis Critchley in the 54. Row number 3, William Smith in the 00. To the outside, J.J. Jensen the 3rd in the 02. That's row 3.
We got Derek Fulton in the number 7, rolling off position number 7. Wesley, as he rolls off inside of row number 4. To the inside, car number 44. That is Ray Richer in the car number 44. Then we got Jason Maines in the number 2 alongside Billy Smith Jr. in the number 89. LSR TV's own BJ Duvall going to start in 11th position with Bladen Edwards to the outside. Peyton Howell rounding out the field in the number 19. 13 cars taking to the grid for this 8-lap heat race, Wesley.
Yes, sir. 8 laps the distance. The field will come by and take the green flag. Here, the man out of Powhatan, Virginia for Sadler Esports of the Smithfield Ford Food number 1. Garrett Maines, 3 wins on the year. Ready to go. He won round 2 at Talladega last week of the Triple Crown. He won races 1 and 2 of the season at Wilkesboro and Dover. And Garrett Maines will now be tagged alongside with all these other drivers ready to go here in heat race number 1. Garrett Maines, Brandon Gagnon, some of the talented. Do what now? Oh, okay. So no kicking the asphalt. Gotcha. Hey, by the way, thoughts and prayers with everybody. I know Brady LaBeouf is one of our fans and followers of NASRA, and he is in Louisiana, and there is a big tropical, big hurricane. It's literally just reached Category 4 strength, and it's like mere 20 miles from hitting Category 5. This is mere catastrophic conditions from this Hurricane Laura. If you are in the path of this storm, please find protection, find shelter. You know, the things that we own are not worth losing our lives over for sure. So please be safe out there amongst everything going on with Hurricane Laura. And everybody, please take cover. And our thoughts are with Brady LaBeouf and family and everybody else down there in the south. And it's going to come up and hit around Tennessee and Arkansas and my neck of the woods also by the weekend. So green flag goes in the air. We're underway in heat race number 1. We hope you enjoy at least this 2-hour diversion, if you will, of taking your mind off of the stuff that's going on with the hurricanes and the things in our country. As sure as Garrett Maines jumps out to the early lead, Gagnon right behind him. We're underway in heat number 1. Greg.
Already seeing what we were talking about, multi-groove racing, Iowa staple here as the 7/8 mile oval hits the spotlight on LSR TV. You've got Curtis Critchie making moves already. He's up to 3rd. Remember, this is for positioning in the inside lane for the heat race. The more spots you gain, the more or further up you start in the field. And one guy who's taking that to heart is Peyton Howell in the number 19. 1 lap up 5 spots and trying to get around William Smith for that 6th spot now. That will be position number 7 on the charts. Had it at the line, so Peyton Howell, moving up 6 spots in this race, has already gained 12 starting positions in the main event, Wesley.
And let's remember here, the more you advance your positions, the better your position will be for the feature race coming up after the pill draw that our LSR TV Charles Wooten will decide here at the fate at the end of the heat races. But with that being said, Garrett Maines leads the way. Gagnon, Critchley, Hendra, and Jensen the top 5. And mind you as well, you got to get up on the wheel here, guys, because you've only got 8 laps to get it done.
Yeah, we're going to be halfway this time by for the number 1 of Garrett Maines. So we're already halfway through this even position heat race in Iowa here tonight. As we are rolling through, it's still Maines, Gagnon, Critchie, and Hinder in the number 71, your top 4. Battle beginning to brew for the 5th position between Ray Richer and JJ Jensen in the 02 and the 44. That'll be for position number 7 and 9 on the starting grid for now before the pill draw. But right now it's still the 02 of Jensen holding on, but Richard looking low as Peyton Howell has cleared William Smith, as has Jason Maines in the number 2. As we're cycling through, we're going to be 2 laps to go this time by Wesley, and the battle beginning to brew for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The race continues on as these drivers will work their way around off the corner. And what a job they've put on so far. Everyone hitting their marks, doing what they need to do. And Garrett Maines doing exactly what he needs to do, the driver of the number 1 machine. As this race continues on, they will come to the line this time by, and the white flag's in the air for Garrett Maines, Gagnon, Critchley, and it looks like it'll end that way as they go to the backstretch for the final time to the checkered flag here, Greg.
Maybe not. Injuries to the inside of Critchley for 3rd. Got the nose in front. Garrett Maines is going to come by and win the heat race with Gagnon 2nd. It's side by side to the line, and Hendry is going to get around Critchley at the line, move him up 1 spot to 3rd, 2 spots on the track. Hornet's Nest behind him as they cross the strike. Peyton Howell started 13th, got to the top 5, Wesley.
That's really good. That shows you the talent that these guys had for sure when it's all said and done. Let's take a look at the results as it's all over. In heat race number 1, Garrett Maines over Gagnon. Hendra is 3rd, Critchley 4th, and Howell the top 5. Garrett Maines, again, the man taking heat race number 1. Howell, followed by Jensen, Jason Maines, his father, Ray Richer, Smith, Fulton, Edwards, Smith, and Duvall, all in heat race number 1. So with that said, let's go to the Sadler Esports box and grab your heat race 1 winner real quickly, as we will get ready for heat race number 2, and that's the driver of the car number 1 machine out of Powelton, Virginia for Sadler Esports, Garrett Maines. Garrett, congratulations, awesome performance in heat number 1.
Thank you, sir. Hoping we can carry that on to the feature. I think I figured something out there in practice. Just hopefully we can stay consistent, stay out of trouble, and not get caught completely off guard by the green flag this time.
Things definitely crazy tonight for sure. What's it like to go from a big 2.6 mile track and then go to a small mile or 7th, 8th mile like tonight at Iowa?
You know, we're already at Daytona for, the NIS stuff, NASCAR. So I think I'm good to go back to a short track. Very happy with that.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go. Thank you so much. Heat race #1 winner for Sadler Esports. And again, that's the driver of Mr. Garrett Maines. Heat race #2. Let's give you the lineup real quick as the field gets set to go for another 8-lap heat race. On the pole, it's going to be the 129 of Nicholas Sacco. To his outside, Matthew Lee in row #1. Pete Polini in the 15. And it's going to be Ken Zeems in row #2 in the 90. Row #3 is going to find AJ DeMarzo in the 5. And Todd Aline makes up row #3. Or Tarasenko, actually. Pete Polini and Jason Tarasenko.
We got Todd Allen and Matthew Allen alongside there, 95-127. Keith Bradley, Mike Adamson, Kenny Zeems, Kieran Church, and we've got Michael Jeans in there also in the 08. So another 13 cars getting set for this heat race. Wesley, this is going to determine the outside lines order before pill draw.
Comments are coming in, and they are all positive, and for the most part, Greg, they love the heat racing format for NASRA, especially for the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Here they come to the line. Green in the air. We're underway. Heat #2, outside row, will be decided as they roar to Iowa in the turn 1.
Big start for Matt Lee in the number 04, getting around. Sacco, who slides up the track and around goes the 08 of Michael Jeans. Started in the 3rd spot, does a 360, gets it going, but he was 3rd, and he's going to be at the tail end of the field. No cautions in these heat races, Wesley. It's 8 laps, go get it. And right now, it's Matthew Lee who's getting it right now. He is in the lead. They are fanned out behind him. Look at the battle going on for 3rd between Pete Polini and Ken Zeems.
Nicholas Sacco having those problems. He'll fall back to the 2nd spot. Matthew Lee from Clinton, Maine will move up to P1 in the 04. To be honest with you, for most of the season, besides the crazy shenanigans of Talladega last week, it has been Garrett Maines and Matt Lee battling it out throughout the year. And Matt Lee had a pretty disappointing run at Talladega last week. Got to turn things around for sure. We'll check in on our in-race reporters coming up at feature time for 100 laps. And of course, that will be after contact. Polini goes around. Car going around there. Pete Polini in the 51 down to the bottom of the infield. Ken Zeems. A tough break. No caution coming out either.
AJ DeMarzo involved as well, teammates involved, and again, no cautions. The one who that's going to help is Michael Jeans in the 08, because that's going to get him back up a couple of spots. All still Matt Lee up there as we're halfway through this action-packed outside lane heat race.
A very interesting heat race, if you will, is again going underway now in heat race #2. This again sets the outside of the front row and the rest of the outside rows for the feature after a pill draw that will be determined by LSR TV founder Charles Wooten for 52 Media LLC. He'll flip a coin or he'll draw a number. He'll do something, and that will determine the fate of what the lineup will be. And we'll probably hear from Charles whenever that goes on as well. So Matthew Lee, the man leading the way, followed by Sacco. Ken Zeems there sitting in 3rd. Todd Aline 4th. And Jason Tarasenko rounded out the top 5 as we're still green here after a little spill a moment ago. No caution. They keep on racing, and we're down to the final half of this race.
2 laps to go for Matthew Lee. A good battle going on for 5th between Tarasenko and Kenny Zeems. And here comes Zeems to the inside of Tarasenko down the backstretch into turn #3. Going to be the white flag for Matthew Lee right now, but it is a battle for 5th position between Zeems and Tarasenko. Tarasenko able to clear as they're making their way through 1 and 2 for the final time.
Final time around, if you will. Yes, sir, they are, as they work their way off the corner. Down the back straightaway from Clinton, Maine, Matthew Lee will hit his marks and do everything he needs to do to come to the stripe and win heat race #2 to lock up the outside pole, or will it be, unless there's an inversion? Good job there, though, for the driver in car number 04. Everybody else coming across the line, setting the rest of the lineup as NASRA wraps up race number 2. Look at the results. Matthew Lee over Nicholas Sacco. Ken Zeems, Todd Alinas, fourth. Tarasenko will finish in the top 5, the man out of Canada. Then you got Kenny Zeems, Matthew Aline, Bradley Adamson, Church, Jeans DiMarzio, and Pellini. They got together, but no caution. But Pellini will finish 5 laps down, Greg.
Yeah, tough break there, Fellini, just calling it a night and getting it ready for the main event, which we are in warm-up for now. Wesley, a chance to get your car dialed in. One last shot before we go green flag racing here at Iowa. Going to be a 100-lap race. The ticker is going to say 106 laps in this race. We'll explain why as we get set for pace laps here, because we're doing something very special here. You notice the 51 Forever decal on the bottom. Those 6 laps are reserved for a special tribute to a fallen racer out of Florida named Chandler Shaw.
Yeah, Chandler Shaw, we will have a special 4-wide salute in the missing man formation for the drivers of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series in his memory. Hey, by the way, don't forget, if you like Super Late Models, coming up tonight on LSR TV, I'll be on the call at 10:30 Eastern Time. 10:30 Eastern, it will be coverage of the finale of World of Thunder with the 87 Cup stock cars on dirt. It will be at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte, and we will be ready to go here. So, by the way, there has been an inversion, and Charles Wooten, I'll bring you in here. What is the inversion for the race, my friend?
20,000. No, it's not 20. No, predetermined. I decided this at 4:30 this afternoon. It was going to be 3 rows.
So you literally had this answer for the last 5 hours and didn't tell nobody?
I have had this. I even recorded it. We wanted to make this as fair as it could be, since we were picking. We are sponsored by Swag. There are Swag
Right.
and LSR TV drivers in here. We wanted to make it as fair as possible, so I actually went to Google. Right in my face. I went to Google and typed in current time, pulled up my time, my city, the date, everything, and recorded a video. So again, at 4:30 Central Time, picking my rows and sent that to the admins. So this has been predetermined now for hours before qualifying happened, before heat races happened, anything like that, to eliminate any suspicion that, a Swag driver or LSC team could be up front.
So basically, the top 3 rows are being inverted. Basically, Garrett Maines and Matthew Lee will go and start row 3 in 5th and 6th.
That is correct.
And then everyone else will move up. So, Greg, I think that's fair. What do you think, buddy?
Sounds good to me. 6-car invert means Ken Zeems in car number 90 will inherit the pole, Wesley, as he was 3rd in the outside lane heat race. What that means is the drivers that finished 3rd in the heat races, Ken Zeems and Daniel Hinder, they will be your front row in this 100-lap main event.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will set the field and go for the 4-wide salute of the 100 laps in round 4 of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series from the Iowa Speedway on LSR TV, your home for sim racing, and on CRN Sports Network. From Iowa, we'll be back in just a moment.
Let's go! It's in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off and racing for 300 laps tonight, 300 laps tomorrow night. Look at car number 110. He said, look at me, I'm out the lead. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, in reverse with cars going.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to Iowa Speedway, virtually on the iRacing simulator for round 4 of the NASRA North American Sim Racing Association Outlaw Super Late Model Series tonight for 100 laps. Greg Rance, Wesley Outlet, Charles Wooten in the production chair. And again, on behalf of Derek Fulton, Michael McKinnon, Austin McKinnon, Brady LaBeouf, Matt Lee, and Billy Smith, we welcome you to NASRA coverage again on LSR TV. And for those that are listening on CRN, it's about to be go time, 100 laps. Let's give you your starting lineup, round number 4 of the NASRA Outlaw Series from the 7/8 mile Iowa cornfields of Iowa Speedway. On the pole, Garrett Maines. Again, first 3 rows, flip-flop them. Ken Zeems will be on the pole. Daniel Hendra to the outside of row 1. Row number 2 will then be Nicholas Sacco and Brandon Gagnon. Row 3, Matthew Lee in the 04 for Swag Esports, along with Sadler Esports driver Garrett Maines. Row number 4, Todd Aline in the 95 from Michigan to the outside. Curtis Critchley from Canada in the 54. He makes up row number 4. Row number 5, Jason Tarasenko from Canada in the 21. And Peyton Howell, the triple points winner at Talladega last Wednesday night from Virginia, will start in the 10th position.
We got JJ Jensen rolling off in the 11th position with Kenny Zeems to his outside in the number 4. Jason Maines in the number 2 rolls off the 13th. To his outside will be Matthew Allen in 14th. Ray Richer and Keith Bradley make up row number 8, followed up by William Smith and Mike Adamson, row number 9. Rounding out the top 20 are Derek Fulton and Kieran Jurch Wesley, who's bringing up the tail end of the field in this one.
Ah, man, breaking up 21st and 22nd. Bladen Edwards in the number 72 machine to the outside. It's Michael Jeans in the 08, the stage 1 winner at Talladega for Sadler Esports. Will start 22nd. Billy Smith, the man of swag out of Virginia, will start in the number 89 machine 23rd. And AJ DiMarzio will start 24th in car number 5. Making up the rest of the lineup will be, of course, the drivers of Will Duvall and Pete Pelini. There you go. There is the lineup there for the drivers for tonight. 100 laps. Well, it's been the first time since we've caught up with him. Let's grab him real quickly as we make a couple of laps under caution before we get things underway. The always exciting dialogue and commentary of our man out of Mohawk, New York, Ray Richer. Ray, what's up at Iowa, my friend? How you doing in the cornfields tonight?
I'm sorry, fellas. I got to let you go for a minute. Please bring me back up on our next caution. We're right in the middle of trying to get things sorted out.
Copy
I will
that,
be
buddy.
glad to talk to you. My apologies. There's just a lot of confusion going on right now because we're trying to get the 4-wide going.
No problem. I actually forgot about that. We'll grab Ray Richer here in just a moment. They're actually working on a special 4-wide salute, so maybe we do need to let them do that, and then we will actually try to grab a word with him, Greg. I'm just so used to grabbing him before we drop the green flag.
Yeah, we're doing the 4-wide salute tonight. This is in memory of Chandler Shaw, dirt track racer out of the Florida area. And you see them getting in formation for a 4-wide salute. First up, they're getting them in the correct order with that 6 invert. Then they're going to stack them up 4 wide for a special tribute lap. This is why it's 106 laps on the ticker, not the 100. We have the first 6 laps scheduled to help with this salute to Chandler Shaw, pure stock driver out of Florida, called Southern Raceway, his home track, as they make their way through the track right now. It is green on the ticker, but we are still under caution because we are setting up this formation. It will be a 100 lap main event as you see our drivers beginning to make their way up into the 4-wide position now.
That's exactly right. We'll get them into that missing man formation on the front row, which means the first row will be 3 cars from the 2 in the middle to the outside lane. The inside lane will be open in memory of the driver of Mr. Shaw. Forever 51. Throughout the broadcast tonight, we will have that Forever logo on the bottom right of the monitor. You do see that. And then from there on, they'll get everyone else into the 4-wide formation and say a tribute and a thank you for everyone. A driver, Mr. Shaw, dirt racer, at a track that I've announced at many times, Greg, Southern Raceway in Milton, Florida. Again, driver lost his life tragically. And it's one of the members of our NASRA family, Bladen Edwards. When we're all hurting, we all try to do something in his memory. And there you see such a beautiful formation, the 4-wide salute, everybody showing the missing man, the 1 car up in front, the 3-wide, the missing man formation behind row 1, and Godspeed to Mr. Shaw. The field breaking apart from the 4-wide, the missing man formation. And now they'll take another lap around before we do take the green flag. This will give us an opportunity now to bring back into the booth our in-race reporter along with Derek Fulton and Will Duvall from Mohawk, New York. Ray Richard. Ray, Iowa tonight. Going to be a good show for 100 laps. What's your thoughts?
Cars are very tight, gentlemen. Plain and simple. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We've been playing with ratios, we've been playing with offsets, and we've been playing with a lot of brake bias. And I'll tell you what, you're going to see a lot of good racing. Don't get me wrong, but these guys have practiced before I got here tonight. And, dude, it's something I'm definitely got to get used to, but we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll try to be there at the end like we usually do, and hopefully not turn this thing around and look back at everybody tonight.
You got to quickly get up on the wheel for sure, definitely. This ain't no time to waste around. 100 laps will go by quick at Iowa.
Yes, sir. And the other thing is, I mean, I got my ratio pretty low, and you just got to be real patient on the throttle coming out of the turn 2 because you can spin it awful quick.
All right, buddy, go get him. We'll holler at you here in a little bit if we get a caution or so.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. Have a good time tonight.
Car number 44 to Mohawk, New York. That is Mr. Ray Richard. He is hooked up with teammates like Maines and Aline and Matt Allen. Ready to go. Michael Jean's part of the Sadler Esports Stables, and Ray is a part of that group as well. So, race analysis, Greg. 100 laps. What do you think we're going to see here as it's about to be go time for a century grind around Iowa's cornfields?
Well, we saw what we can expect in the heat races, Wesley. They were fanned out 4 wide before we even got off turn number 2 on the first laps of those heat races. So imagine that with twice the amount of cars, because that's where we're going to get 26 strong here tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to go green at lap number 6 on the board. So that will get us to the 100 lap mark for this green flag run. But I'm expecting a lot of jockeying for position, especially on restarts, Wesley. You're going to see a lot of opportunity to pass on restarts moving through this race tonight. That, I think, is when we're going to see a lot of passes made.
Ready to go for 100 laps. They're going to make their way into the starter's box here. Another lap under caution, it looks like. And one more lap, and then we'll turn them loose. It's what it's sounding like right here. While we have a moment, let's do this and bring in another in-race reporter to go here this evening from Canada, Center, Ontario, Canada. It's Derek Fulton. Derek, ready to go at Iowa. What's your thoughts? We checked in with Ray a moment ago.
It's looking good. I'm not the greatest at this track. My first time out here tonight, so I'll be learning, just trying to get up there as far as I can. But it's looking good. We executed that pretty well, so it's good to see. I'm just excited to get this thing going now.
All right, buddy, we'll check in with you from time to time as well. That's one of our other in-race reporters of Derek Fulton, part of Swag Esports. We're ready to go here. 26 drivers ready to go virtually around Iowa Speedway. The top 3 rows inverted. Now, Garrett Maines and Matthew Lee from row 3. It's Ken Zeems on the pole, bringing the field to the green flag. We're ready for 100 laps at Iowa Speedway. Green is in the air. We're underway here in round 4.
Side by side in the early going between Zeems and Hendry in the number 71. Give it to the 71 on the outside in the early going. But look who's already up to third on the extreme outside, riding the wall. It's Garrett Maines in the number 1. And he's actually held off by the 83 of Gagnon. But great job by Nick Maines in the early going to get a couple spots up. But Gagnon shut the door early.
Really shut the door quickly. Garrett Maines kind of pinched in, nowhere to go. Sacco's throwing the block. Now they're going to go 3 wide. He's the meat and the sandwich as they work their way back into the corner. Opening laps of this event now. 3 laps on the board now, and it's still the man out in front in the early going. Leading the way, car number 71, Daniel Hendra. Looking good in that car. That kind of reminds me of the Bailey's colors whenever, you remember the Bailey's cars when they used to run in late model stock NASCAR racing? That's what that car reminds me so much of. Hendra's car. The man in car number 71 leading the way here. The man, of course, out of Walkertown, North Carolina, in the IM car race hub, DiMarzio Gears and Camel Towing, entry number 71.
Leading the way, but Ken Zeems getting runs on the inside of him the last couple times here through turns 3 and 4. Garrett Maines is inside of Sacco right now for the 3rd spot. 3 wide as Peyton Howell making his way up. And Wesley, how important were those heat races? Peyton Howell did not qualify. He started shotgun on the field in his heat race, got his way up into 5th position in the heat race, which put him in 9th position for the start of the race. He has already climbed into the top 5, showing you how important those heat races were for him.
Yes, sir. And for the most part, everybody playing nice in the opening go. Michael Jean's up 5 positions, watching him. Falling back is Brandon Gagnon, who started this race in 3rd. He's already fell back to 8th. Keith Bradley really losing ground on the RTR number 29, the Animal, out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Started this race he's already back to 24th. As Daniel Hendra leads them off the corner. Underway here at Iowa, opening laps.
Hendra leading the way, but a nice battle going on here between Zeems, Sacco, and now Garrett Maines joining in. 3 wide, up the middle goes the 1 car of Maines. Does a nice job getting through there. He's going to get both of them, and Howell tried to follow suit, but he's going to have to go 3 wide inside now in the number 19 to try to make his move as Zeems gets a run on the outside. This is what we talked about, Wesley. Multi-groove racing at Iowa. It doesn't matter what kind of car it is. You see it here at Iowa.
You call it multi-groove. I call it precision banking. And it's happening here. As Hendra, Maines, Zeems, Howell, Sacco, all in the top 5. And remember, they do not have to take a pit stop. They're not going to change tires. They're not going to take on fuel. They might take on fuel if they choose to. But no tires changing in this race unless there's a flat.
Nice run so far. Caution is out for the first time tonight.
Whoa, yellow flag. Swag, caution. Thank you to Billy Smith and Smith Wraps and Graphics for being our sponsor throughout all LSR TV broadcast coverage. And for NASRA. And the replay coming also presented by Swag. And let's find out what happened. Why we're under yellow. Greg Rentz for the first time at Iowa Speedway in the early going.
There you see 1 car slipping and sliding. Who was that? That was deep in the field, collecting several cars there.
Pete Polini having problems again.
Looks like, was that Ray Richer also involved? Our in-race reporter?
No. From another angle, watch the 44. That's Ray Richer, Pete Polini. Oh, he got into him. Richard lost it. There goes Polini going up and rim right in the wall. A couple other cars went spinning down to the
Actually, that is not Richard. That is the 127, a very similar paint scheme.
Matthew Allen. That's Matthew Allen. That's his teammate.
All right, so identical cars there. Had the wrong number. Apologies for that, but it's Matthew Allen involved in that one. And a couple of other drivers also caught pieces of that as well. I think I saw the 46 of Adamson going around. But Wesley, pit road is a busy place right now because about half the field came down pit road there.
Yes, sir. I think there is an option to change the tires 1 time and take on fuel. You can make adjustments. Actually, I don't think you can take on tires for this race unless you have a flat tire. Let me just check here real quick and clarify with our series founder of the NASRA Outlaw Series, Derek Fulton. Derek, no tires. You can take on fuel and make adjustments, correct?
We do have one set of tires for tonight. It's one set of tires, and it looks like we had to make one fuel stop. So we'll see. Some guys might be able to make it to the end here. Depends on cautions and whatnot. So it could change up the strategy here tonight, that's for sure.
So, one set of tires, unlimited fuel stops and adjustments if need be.
Yes, sir. Just limited adjustments. With fixed setup, it limits quite a bit.
Gotcha. All right, buddy. Thank you very much. That's Derek Fulton, again, the man of Swaggy Sports. He's on the racetrack from Centre, Ontario, Canada. And again, Greg, he is the founder behind the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. So after a cycle of pit stops, we'll reset everything when we come back. We're in the opening going, about now 10 laps in to this event under caution here at Iowa. We are NASRA on LSR TV and CRN. Back for the restart in a moment. All right, we're back here at Iowa Speedway getting ready for the restart of this event here for the Iowa 100, round number 4 of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series, and the field is getting ready to come back for the restart inside the Geico restart zone. Hendra and Zeems on the front row, Greg, as we get ready for the first restart of the night.
And Hendra with a big restart in the number 71 there, getting away from the rest of the field, going 3 wide for second already. As we've got a nice battle going on here. A couple black and red cars, Kenny Zeems, Curtis Critchie, and Jason Tarasenko all right there battling out for second.
Back underway quickly. Daniel Hendra back on the jump, making things happen in that car number 71. Hendra remains falling back in position. He got mired all the way back to Garrett Maines in 9th.
Yeah, he was the
work
first
his way
one down
back
pit
up.
road. He was the first one down pit road, Wesley, in that number
Yes, sir.
1. Already making his way around. He gets past J.J. Jensen there in the neon yellow 02. Maines trying to make his way back up to the front, cracking into 8th now. Next up will be Kieran Church in the number 22, and Todd Elaine in the number 95. Maines making his way up, but Hendra still out to a big lead right now in the number 71. Remember, he got the outside pole as a result of the invert. He has not looked back since.
That's exactly right. Daniel Hendra, Zeems, Tarasenko in the top 3. Kenny Zeems in 4th. Todd Elaine, the top 5. We watched all these drivers work their way. Curtis Critchley starting to make a run back through the field. He's fell back to 6th. Big mover through the race. Almost 13 spots for Curtin Church in the 22. He started 20th. And also the 24th starter, A.J. DiMarzo has moved up to 10th, up 14 positions, Greg.
Swag caution out for the second time tonight, Wesley. And it's Will Duvall.
Problems for the Cowboy.
Taking a look at the LSR TV replay, or the Swag replay.
Oh, no.
Will Duvall. The
Second
Cowboy
time
went for
we've
a
seen
ride
some guys
there.
get in the wall. Now, Ray Richard got in the wall that time, but he kept on going.
That the 00 as well getting a piece of that perhaps there. Was that William Smith in the 00?
That was William Smith. You're exactly right. And let's look at Will Duvall. Ray Richard quickly on the binders, got in the wall when he's trying to get around Duvall. And
well,
we've seen now 2 cautions on the front straightaway.
You said Will Duvall, the cowboy, but I don't think he was planning on going for a rodeo ride like that here in Iowa tonight. But that was definitely quite the ride for Duvall. Hangs on, gets it out or back out there. Unfortunately for him, under caution here for the second time tonight.
And he is one of our in-race reporters. We'll just check on him real quickly and see what's going on with the man out of the B32 machine. The driver again out of Mannington, West Virginia, the World of Thunder, Loud Pedal Production, Team Outlaw Motorsports B32, and our in-race reporter for LSR TV and NASRA. BJ Duvall, what happened out there, man? How bad's the car?
I think I broke it.
You think you broke it?
My wheel was almost 180 degrees to the left, just trying to drive it straight. So yeah, it's pretty broke.
So what happened? What caused it?
Well, looked like I was going to get pinched there, and I didn't want to get into the back of the car that was ahead of me, so I let off the throttle, and when I did, I ended up driving right straight into the wall. Like the back end just wanted to kick on me, just took me right straight to the outside wall. I just feel bad for anybody that might have been behind me.
All right, buddy, we'll let you go. Are you going to try to continue the race, or are you done, or what?
No, I'm gonna keep driving.
All right. All right, we'll keep an eye on him here and check on once in a while. That's the driver again of the B32 out of Mannington, West Virginia. That is BJ Duvall. A tough break for one of our in-race reporters here in the early going at Iowa Speedway, Greg.
Yeah, tough break for sure for Duvall. And when he said the wheel is 180 degrees to the left just to keep it straight, that's what you call not good here in the world of racing. Still Daniel Hindre leading the way in the number 71, Ken Ziems second, Jason Tarasenko in third. Remember, those two up front were your front row as a result of invert. Checking in with QuickTime, Garrett Maines, he is in 7th right now. The guy who was alongside him, the outside lane winner, Matthew Lee, is back up to 10th after pitting, Wesley.
21 laps complete so far. 79 laps to go in this event for 100 laps in round 4 at Iowa Speedway. Don't forget, coming up tonight again at 10:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 LSR time, we'll have coverage of the World of Thunder iRacing League finale for Season 10. It will be at the dirt track at Charlotte for the 87 Cup cars on dirt. And then they'll reset and decide where they're going to go for Season 11, starting in September. By the way, don't forget, next week, it is a big, big week for NASRA on LSR TV and CRN. A deal was inked together last night, tentatively. Still got to work on some other meetings tonight. Hopefully that will iron everything out. But tentatively, LSR TV and CRN will have coverage of all NASRA events beginning next week, next Tuesday, September 1st. Coverage of the new NRE Systems Cup Series. That'll be on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Greg will join me for the Outlaw Super Late Model Series on Wednesday. ARCA Driver Development Series, Road to the Playoffs, and those final races in the postseason will be on Thursday night, and then the new Truck Series will be on Friday. That's just NASRA. That's not counting Northwest Truck and Cup, the AMA Next Gen Series, Adrenaline iRacing League, Monday Night Thunder Cup Series, and more on your home for sim racing. Green back in the air here in Iowa. 3 wide as they go into turn number 2.
Yeah, look at the 3 wide there. Was that a lane into number 95 going through the middle, bringing Garrett Maines with them. They get around the 90 of Ken Ziems, trying to make their way up. Tarasenko up to second now. It's still Hinder leading the way, but Tarasenko up to second now after starting in 10th position, as we've got him fanned out behind him for third, but it's Hindre leading the way once again.
And by the way, next week we go a little road course racing, left turns, right turns, sharp corners, and more at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, double 20s. Next Wednesday. Greg, that should be fun. We remember how crazy the Northwest iRacing Truck and Cup Series races were at Canadian Tire. Super late models at Canadian Tire. Katie, bar the door.
Yeah, I'm excited. We do one road course doubleheader a year in the Northwest Super Late Model Series that's coming your way on LSR TV. We're still figuring out which road courses we're going to go here this season. So I'm going to talk to the admin, Seth Frazier and BJ Tidrick, tell them, hey, why don't you tune into this race next week and scout out Canadian Tire, because they both ran it in the Cup Series and Truck Series race like we talked about. Last year it was Watkins Glen and Laguna Seca for us there. Still trying to iron out which track. Pretty sure we're going to the Glen, but we're trying to figure out the other road course. So I'm going to suggest to the admins, hey, tune into this one next week and let's see how it goes.
And Greg, I got 2 words as we prepare for next week. Monk's Corner.
Yep, that was our problem on LSR TV in the Northwest Series earlier this season. We can't wait to see how the Outlaws handle it right now. It's still Hendry in the number 71 leading the way, Tarasenko in second, under pressure from Todd Elaine in third.
Look at Garrett Maines on the inside, trying to close in and make something happen. That was on board with Kenny Zeems. They roar back around. Well, I'll tell you what, we do not have the static cameras. Well, let's just rest our voices for a lap so you can hear the excitement of the virtual Super Late Model Warlords around Iowa Speedway. The speed, they roar back, working in on the 30th lap. Over 30 laps complete here so far. 32 to be exact. Daniel Hendra still the man leading the way. Jason Tarasenko up 8 spots to second. Todd Elaine sitting third in the 5 spots in the 95. Garrett Maines has now fell back 3 positions. He's in 4th. Kernan Church, what a good run for him. Kenny Zeems. Ken Zeems from West Seneca, New York. That's father-son. Greg, watch those drivers. In the 4 and the 90, they hook up. All bets are off as we see Todd Elaine and Garrett Maines fight for third.
Elaine in the 95, trying to hold off Maines in the 1. Garrett Maines was quick time and your inside lane heat race winner, but because the invert started 6th, caution for the 3rd time tonight.
And there's the yellow flag. This will definitely shake things up a bit. Caution coming out for round 1 of the Talladega Triple Crown winner.
Michael Jeans
for Sadler Esports, Michael Jeans, and he's in the wall, and another wreck on the front straightaway. Greg, that's 3 in a row now.
All 3 times have been pretty much the same thing, too, getting up in the wall off of turn number 4. That outside wall just creeping up on you there. Who was that who got a piece of it as well? I saw a couple of cars, perhaps with a little bit of damage as well. Taking another look at it.
Michael Jeans out of San Antonio, Texas, in the butt kicker over the top designs, Sadler Esports entry. And it was the 54 that got a piece of it as well, and that was the driver of Curtis Critchley.
Critchley was running up near the front in the early stages of this one, Wesley. So that's a tough one. A lot of drivers looking to come down pit road. Right now, looks like just about everybody's heading down. Oh, Garrett Maines with the psych, and the 22 of Kieran Church follows.
So Garrett Maines plays a psych on everyone, stays out, and will move to the lead as everyone else will come down to the pit lane. Remember, there is 1 set of tires to be offered, plus the tires they're using right now on the racetrack. Unlimited fuel stops, unlimited stops to be made on the fixed setup, if you will. And Garrett Maines will go back to to the lead, the Heat 1 winner, the man out in front. And I'll tell you what, Greg, I don't know if you saw it, my friend, but after that crazy race last Wednesday night here at Talladega in the Triple Crown, it really shook up the point standings.
Definitely, and Talladega will do that, Wesley. It will shake things to the core if you're not careful. And we saw that just last week at Talladega. And how wild was that? Talladega super late models. Two things just typically don't go together, but it went together, and it was pretty much one of the wildest races we've ever seen.
Thank you, Josh Boone. He says, I'm Hendricks' #1 fan. We are getting shirts made for him. I love watching him race. I wish I could meet him sometime in real life. Thank you, Jordan Spoon. Hello to Aunt Kathy, Connor Stemza, some of our big avid viewers of LSR TV, those that are listening also on the CRN Sports Network. We'll tell you that tentatively a deal was struck last night to have LSR TV and CRN become the official broadcast partners of NASRA. There still has to be another board meeting tonight to finalize a couple of things that went on, but hopefully the right heads will prevail and we can be able to officially say that we're going to push forward with everything. Garrett Maines is the points leader, 33 points back to Derek Fulton. Brandon Gagnon is 84 points back in third. And then you've got wait a minute, my apologies. Derek Fulton is second, 33 backs. 117 back is Brandon Gagnon. 148 back is Mike Adamson. 169 back is Peyton Howell. There's your top five. Matthew Lee, Maines, Jeans, Hendra, Castleberry, all in the top 10. But I will say this, though, Greg. There is still a lot of races left to go where there is going to be double points and triple points, just like next week's race at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park with the Twin 20s.
Yeah, I'm excited, Wesley, and I'm very excited that my local track, which has run Wednesday nights for, man, as long as I can remember, they actually switched the last two Wednesday night races to Friday nights coming up in September, back-to-back Friday nights in September. But that opens it up so I can be here every Wednesday on LSR TV for the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Models. I'm excited to see the rest of the series fall out. I'm excited to be a part of it, and I can't wait to see what happens next week at Canadian Tire.
Full deal. Going to be a fun time. And again, also there will be other coverage, including the Swag Graphics Outlaw Super Late Model Series. By the way, I forgot to even mention Swag. Swag has actually jumped on board as the title sponsor for not only the caution and the replay for LSR TV, but it is the Swag Graphics Outlaw Super Late Model Series for NASRA here tonight on next Tuesday night, September 1st. It's the new NRE Customs Power Systems Cup Series. That will be again on Tuesday night. Derek Fulton and myself will be in the booth for coverage of that. Then it's the ARCA Series on Thursday night, followed by Friday night, next Friday, the Snead Competition Design Truck Series. The Snead Competition Design Super Truck Series. So they're literally putting sponsors together, and I will tell you, Billy Smith and Swag has got a whole bunch of other big ideas being put together, not just for NASRA, but for some other big esports coverage in the future as well. That will be on LSR TV and CRN, Greg.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what the future holds here on LSR TV and CRN, but we are back under green here, and wow, Kieran Church was not ready for that one as Matt Lee going to try to get to the inside of him into turn number one. He will clear, so just like that, your heat race winners are suddenly 1-2, Wesley.
Watching them again as they'll work their way back off the corner. Closing in on halfway, if you will, in 10 laps. We're on lap number 40. Remember, the first 6 laps were caution laps as we had a tribute for Mr. Shaw. You see the Forever 51 on the bottom of the right of your monitor. The pass-in of Charlie Shaw. Chandler Shaw, my apologies, Chandler Shaw. And the opening 6 laps was for the missing man formation of the full wide salute tribute. Just NASRA's way to salute the family in the passing, and as well to our friend Bladen Edwards, who is also racing with a heavy heart currently on the lead lap in the 24th position. By the way, when we approach lap 51, we will rest our voices for a moment of silence in memory of Chandler Shaw as well. as his car number was 51. And that is coming up on this lap. We're just going to follow this same format. So as you see the 51 pop up on the screen here now, we'll rest our voice. Approaching halfway. And guess who's on in front? Garrett Maines. But Greg, he ain't pitted yet, except that first time. Will that one pit stop last, do you think?
We will see. They can go the distance on fuel. The question would be tires. You are allowed one set of tires, so we'll see how it goes here for the second half of this race, which we are just about creeping up on here. Garrett Maines leading the way. Matt Lee second. Brandon Gagnon, nice run for him. Top three, Wesley, are where they would have been. Top four, actually, looking at it, would have been top four at the start of the race before invert. So drivers first and second in the heat races are where they finished right now. First, second, third, fourth. And here comes Sacco to the inside of Gagnon. That's for third. That's your first battle on the track. Nice battles going on behind him as well as the top two have pulled away here.
Approaching halfway. Garrett Maines and Matthew Lee 1 and 2. Look at this battle now, but Sacco battling with Gagnon. Brandon Gagnon had a pretty good top three finish at Talladega last week. And there is a caution flag just before halfway. Problems of the front straightaway. And Billy Smith out of Virginia going around.
Taking a look at what happens. So see if the same thing happened. Oh, no, not this time. This time it was contact. I believe that was J.J. Jensen that he got together with there.
Jensen and Billy Smith. Jay Jensen in the 0-2 from Browns Mills, New Jersey, gets into the machine of car number 89 of Billy Smith at a Seaford, Virginia. The Swag Esports body balance. Number 89 putting us under the yellow flag here. And Billy Smith, that car is a big part of NASRA as well as LSR TV broadcast coverage. As you see the Shark, Swag, Smith Wraps and Graphics again. And he enjoys just being able to step out of the way and get in the car and have some fun, and that's what he's doing tonight, Greg.
Yeah, he's trying to just go out and have fun, and honestly, there's no better way just to have fun than here on iRacing. A lot of juking and jiving here on pit road. We had several cars not come down. The first car down is 9th place Kieran Church, going to lead the charge down pit road here. So a lot of head church going on pit road.
Kernan Church on pit road, Curtis Critchley on pit road, Kenny Zeems, Ken Zeems, J.J. Jensen, Matthew Allen, Bladen Edwards, Mike Adamson, Billy Smith, and Will Duvall, currently the cars that are currently on the pit lane. This will give us a chance before we go to commercial break, as we approach halfway, to grab a word with our driver out of Mohawk, New York, Ray Richard, find out how things are going. Ray, couple of scares, a couple of thrills and chills, but you're still in things, and right now climbing the top 15 and 13th.
Whee! Dude, this place is a blast with these things. But, you know, it's a little bit loose off. We play with the ratios at the beginning. We play with the offset. And it seems like the right rear tire is getting a little bit warm. But we have still got another set here in this car. So we got in a little bit of a skiff. One of the guys got on the wall. Unfortunately, I had to avoid him. And I tapped I believe it was a 15. Apologized to him earlier. But a little bit wrinkled. Nothing horrible. Still got a fast repair left. We're going to still go for it.
How do you adapt from going to crazy Talladega last week and then you're on the wheel here at Iowa? I mean, there's no sugarcoating anything.
Well, when I go to Talladega, I like a real long ratio, a lot of input from the wheel where you've got to go farther with it. Here, it's just you're constantly catching the car, coming down through the center of the turn on the way out. In other words, it wants to wiggle a little bit, and when it does, you're kind of back and forth sawing on the wheel pretty good. So if you've got an in-car with a lot of these guys, you're going to see a lot of sawing going on, especially later on in the run, because a lot of these guys are on the bottom are really burning their stuff up. I mean, we've been trying to save a little bit. Me and Mr. Jason Maines ahead of us, so we're talking a little bit amongst ourselves and trying to do ourselves on the long run, and it's working so far. I mean, my tires haven't gone below 98% since I pitted last time, but it's all about you got to drive the wheel off the car here. That's what it comes down to. I mean, you really got to concentrate and don't overdrive it.
Greg, you got anything for in-race reporter Ray Richer?
Just have fun the rest of the way, my friend, and keep it going, and let's see what happens at the end.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, unless something goes AWOL for the third week in a row, I'm already got the fun part down.
Sounds like a plan.
We're going to make this thing last. It's AbruzzUSA.com. Chevrolet Z71 Camaro. We're going to try to put it to the front, boys. Let's do what we can do.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it myself, guys.
That's Ray Richer out of Mohawk, New York. He's our in-race reporter. And while we're still in the yellow flag, let's check in on our Canadian in-race reporter for NASRA, Derek Fulton. Derek, what's your position and how you think things are going so far here for this race? You're in a pretty comfortable spot and kind of taking her easy.
Yeah, just been trying to save the tires, got ourselves into some decent track position. I'm really hoping we go green here because we're good to go till the end, and I took my tires by accident at the start of the race, so I gotta really hope we just go green here, and that's probably about the only chance I got, because if they come down and take tires, I'll be a sitting duck.
You're currently in 5th. Are you going to have to come down to the pits again, or do you think you took tires too early?
No, I did take my set of tires too early, but we're good on gas, so I'm on this set of tires for the rest, till the end.
So I'm assuming that they're going to probably have to pit again because they're going to have to take on tires. And if you're out in front, your tires are used up. What kind of race are we going to see for you to try to win?
I think I'm going to be hoping that a couple other guys get a little bit onto my cycle, and then hopefully I can get a decent jump on that restart and run away with it. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, these guys are all going to be really strong with new tires. I honestly would rather us just finish it out in green, obviously, but can't always get what you want, right?
That's right, buddy. All right, man. Thank you so much for checking in. Appreciate you.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Derek Fulton, again, one of our in-race reporters. And we'll check in also on Mannington, West Virginia, as Will Duvall, the Cowboy. Will? Actually, no, we won't. You're going back to green. Get back to work. We're back to green here as we approach after halfway at Iowa.
Back to green. Garrett Maines getting out to the big lead. Matt Lee in second. Sacco in third. And then look at Peyton Howell. He's made his way back up there into 4th now. Nice start for him. We can't talk about him enough because he went up 7 positions in the heat race to get into the top 5, start inside the top 10, and that has paid off in huge dividends because here it is in the top 5 now as we get into the later stages of this race.
And remember, Peyton Howell coming off of that big win last Wednesday night at Talladega, winning the Triple Crown, the Triple Points finale, and really setting himself up for a big opportunity to do things right here in the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, it is coverage of the NASRA ARCA Driver Development Series. We'll have action on LSR TV. Derek Fulton, myself, will be in the broadcast booth. And then we'll also have the Truck Series, the Northwest iRacing Truck Series in action. That's after tonight. With after NASRA, we have the World of Thunder I-87 Cup Series on. Don't forget, also at 8:50 Eastern Time, we'll also have coverage of the AMA Next Gen Challenge Series. So you'll have your choice of either choosing the Next Gen Challenge Series or ARCA, or flip-flop back and forth, and then get ready for the trucks later on from Chicagoland.
Going to be a fun week here on LSR TV, Wesley, and that's just coming up tomorrow. That's not even counting all the stuff that we've got coming in the weeks approaching. We've got all kinds of great stuff going on LSR TV. Checking back in up front, Garrett Maines still leading the way, but Matthew Lee and Nicholas Sacco are closing in as well. Hendry, who led the early stages of this race, he's in 4th. Derek Fulton doing a nice job hanging on in 5th. You got Tarasenko, Howell, Gagnon, Polini, and Elaine rounding out the top 5 right now. But Elaine coming under some pressure from Jason Maines in the 2, and Curtis Critchley, who's coming back to the field.
And remember, all broadcast coverage of NASRA events will also be on LSR TV and on CRN Sports. We will have coverage tomorrow night on CRN of the ARCA series as well. Tentatively, Garrett Maines, Matthew Lee, Daniel Hendra, Sacco, Bolton, top 5.
Oh, big slide on one of our drivers, I believe. May have been Gagnon, who had a big slide there in turn number 2. Did a nice job hanging on to it, but he has lost his momentum. But he had a nice save in turn number 1 there.
That's an 83 machine. They work their way back around the corner. We're after halfway. Let's go side by side as you don't miss a thing. NASRA. We Are NASRA from Iowa continues on LSR TV and on the CRN Sports Network, as Garrett Maines leads the way looking for win 5 of the series.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized, I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where we, you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Back here at Iowa, you are side by side. The caution flag has come out for Brandon Gagnon. Here's your swag replay of why we're under swag caution number 6 at Iowa, Greg Rentz. Wow. Ooh. And again, another wreck on the front straightaway.
I think every single caution today has been on the front for different reasons. Taking another look at it, I thought it was going to happen further up there as we saw them checking up, and unfortunately Gagnon, who had that nice save about 5 laps ago, not able to hang on to it this time.
It really looks like, honestly, that he had some help, obviously, but it also looks like that the Zeems cars, the Zeems family, checked up and caused him to check up behind him, and then they all bottlenecked, bunched up behind each other, and that's what caused Gagnon to get spun.
And that's unfortunate for him because he had just had that nice save a moment ago. Pit road, everybody coming down.
Yes, sir. And so leading the galley is Garrett Maines. who psyched everybody, had to come down to the pit lane with a 30-lap shootout. Katie bar the door. This will put Daniel Hendra and Derek Fulton to first and second, Critchley to third, Aline to fourth. These other cars of the Zings family did not pit. Neither did J.J. Jensen, Garrett Maines, Matthew Lee, Nicholas Sacco, Howell, Tarasenko, Maines. That's Jason. Brandon Gagnon, who just brought out the caution. Allen, DeMarzo, Richard, Adamson, Smith, Bradley, Polini, all coming in for service, Greg. And
entire field.
Garrett will enter first and exit first in the one car.
Another nice one there for Garrett Maines. Couple of cars stayed out, including, if I'm looking at this correctly, the guy who was in second, Hendra, stayed out. So yeah, Hendra, who is up in second, Hendra is now in second, or now in the race lead. So
yes, sir.
All right, gonna be fun to watch.
While we're
Garrett
doing
Maines
that,
trying to make his way through.
let's see if we can try to grab a word. Well, actually, he's got do not disturb, so we can't really talk to him if he's not going to listen to us. I wanted to try to grab Daniel Hendra. Strategy. Derek Fulton, one of our NASRA in-race reporters. Everything's falling your way. You said you thought it was going to go this way in the strategy with under 30 to go.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a few cars in my mirror. I don't know how much fresher their tires are than mine, but we're going to give her hell and go for all we can.
Greg, you got anything for him as we get ready to see this crazy strategy unfold with him?
How many bullets are you sweating right now up in the second place, knowing there's all kinds of different strategies behind you?
Quite a bit. I'm sweating just because of the heat already, so it's definitely not helping with any of the matters, that's for sure.
Our producer Charles says that he thought he smelled something. So, oh wow. Hey, by the way, next week Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Can we talk about that? You're the founder and the promoter behind the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Twin 20s, double points. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have some different formats for both races and the inverts. So being the road course and tough to pass, it's going to be very interesting next week to see how everything plays out.
So me and Greg were talking about this earlier. Do you know about a place called Monk's Corner?
I don't personally. Is that
it's a part of Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It's called Monk's Corner.
That's the hill?
You better get acquainted with it. That's all I'm going to say.
I've been there a few times. I was there when Chase Elliott won, actually. I was sitting right on the bridge when he won that.
Oh,
race,
yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Well, they call that, what is it, Greg, that sharp corner? Ain't that Monk's Corner, the horseshoe? They call it Monk's Corner?
Yeah, that's where we had the issues in the Cup race with the Northwest Racing Series.
And the trucks.
Yep. But hey, lights are out, so Derek,
go get him, Derek.
Yeah, we're gonna give her hell. We'll see how this goes.
Time to get defensive, I believe.
Yeah, it's time to just go for the money.
Yes, sir. Go get him. Part of the Swag Esports team. That is the driver, Derek Fulton, Center, Ontario, Canada. And as we get under 30 laps to go, I think it's time to let the rough side drag. And Katie bar the door. 29 laps remaining here at Iowa. They come back to the Geico restart zone out of turn number 4. The pace car gets ready to drop down on the pit lane. Daniel Hendra, Derek Fulton, Critchley, Aline, Zeems and Zeems, father, son, back to green at Iowa.
Hendra
Look at Garrett Maines go 3 wide, picking off 4 spots in turn 1.
Not the first time we've seen him do that tonight, Wesley, as he's already back to third as he tries to get around the lane here. Into number 95, Garrett Maines showing why he's picked by Sadler Esports, going for the run right now, inside for third. Hendra leading the way again. Clear is Garrett Maines for third.
And here comes Garrett Maines to the inside, battling Todd Aline. Garrett will go to third. Aline battles back on the bottom. Closing in Derek Fulton. And Daniel Hendra has pulled away from everybody.
Hendra back out where he started. Remember, Wesley, he led a bunch of the early stages of this race. Back out in front now, but he's got Garrett Maines coming in a hurry as Maines gets around Fulton. That's for second. Seems in the 90 trying to get around the lean right now. And it's a long way back to Matthew Lee, the other guy who won the heat race this week. He is in 8th right now, trying to make his way up through the field.
Wiggle down to the inside of lean, battling alongside of Fulton's car. And that position changes up. Put now Daniel Hendra. And you see what happens when you go from fresh tires to old tires. And that's what's happened to the 7 car. Matthew Lee coming strong also, guys. He was in 9th on the restart. He's now cracked 4th in the 0-4. There he is.
Getting around Fulton here going into turn number 3. Next up will be Aline in the number 95. So Matthew Lee, even heat race winner in the 04. Battle beginning to brew for the lead, and just as we get it, we got a
caution, trouble. Car spins. That is number 95, Todd Aline. No, Curtis Critchley, the one that spun in 54.
Would you believe me if I said it was on the front stretch?
Critchley, here's what happened to him. He was in the 7th position. Watch all this chaos going on. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Fighting for something. Something had to give. Critchley was in that mix. And then he goes spinning. Caution out.
Several cars involved. Polini
also involved.
Taking a look now, this is Pete Polini. You've got Jason Maines right there in the number 2. Several drivers. That was the 22 right there. Now watch, coming off turn 4, they just run out of real estate right there.
There's the 54. Wow. And both cars go in the wall. Polini collects Critchley. And really, nowhere for Curtis Critchley to really go. Billy Smith also collected in car number 89. Out of Yorktown, Virginia. Or Seaford, Virginia, correction. Does anybody pick, Greg? What do you think? Do they stay out?
I think right by now you've made your bed and you got to roll with it from here. I think it's too late to risk giving up that track position for a caution. I think you got what you got from here on. $19 to go on the board right now. Hey, look, there's Will Duvall coming up for Lucky Dog. So he is now going to be 20 laps down in the number.
Let's check 32. In on Will Duvall. Will, it's not that bad of a night, is it, buddy? You're only 20 laps down now.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
You know, even though you're having a bad night, at least you can laugh and smile about things, right? That's a good thing.
Oh, I'm having a blast. Prior to this feature race, prior to the heat race, I should say, I had a total of 34 laps in on this track. First time I'd ever been on the asphalt at this track, so I can't complain.
Hey, by the way, let's talk real quickly about World of Thunder. We got a big show coming up with NASRA tentatively September 29th and 30th. That's going to be a big, big show. NASRA and World of Thunder, but also the World of Thunder 87 Cup Cars on Dirt tonight. Finale in Charlotte, 10:30 Eastern on LSR TV.
Yeah, several big shows going on for World of Thunder. So, like you just mentioned, we got the championship night for the 1987 cars on Dirt. We've got Speed Week coming up, 13th to the 18th, and then the highlight, what you're talking about there, was the cross race
NASRA versus World of Thunder.
Yeah, we're calling it the Team Outlaw Motorsports All-Star Clash. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's still in the works, still tentative. Haven't announced anything yet, but that's the plan. That's what we're looking for. It's going to be a 2-day event. We're going to practice and qualify on a Tuesday night, 29th, and then on the 30th, it's going to be another practice and feature race.
There you go. All right, buddy. We'll let you get back to it. I mean, 20 laps down ain't bad. So at least you're having fun.
That's right. That's all I'm here for, some fun.
There you go. That's one of our NASRA in-race reporters, Will Duvall. Checking in on him. Well, I would say, why don't we check in on Derek Fulton? But honestly, let's see how things are going in the world of Ray Richer. As things are starting to come to the end, it's under 20 laps to go here at Iowa Speedway. So let's see where Ray's world is at right now. Ray, in the top 20, comfortable? Is it time to bring the car to the front, or are you happy with where you're at right now?
Well, I thought it was time to bring the car to the front earlier, but the problem is, like right now, as you guys can see, I start on the inside line, and it's tough to get up top when they start freight training you because you don't want to cut nobody off. You got to kind of force the issue to find a hole, but if there's no hole there, you can't force nothing, you know what I mean? So you got to be the outside. That's where you want to run here. You want to run it probably in the second groove through the turns and get low when your tires finally come in. So got to be on the outside line.
All right, bud. Well, do you feel like your car is strong enough to get to the front here these final 20 laps?
It feels like I'm lacking horse, but I'm not. I've already checked that. Everything's good. I mean, it was one little bit wrecked, but it's just that everybody's just basically on the throttle so hard. So I think I could do it, but I think there's going to have to be another caution for that to happen.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get back to work here with all your guys in the Baines team, the Jeans team, and thank you for your time, Ray.
Anytime, boys.
Ray Richer from Mohawk, New York, another one of our in-race reporters. As the pace car comes in on pit road, we are ready for the restart under 20 laps to go here at Iowa. Green flag back in the air.
Hendra with another big jump into number 71. Look at Todd O'Lean into number 95, going after Maines for second, and they almost get together there in turn number 1. That's going to allow Hendra to open it up even more as Matthew Lee coming up, 3-car battle for second.
Off of 4. Hendra fighting Maines and Lee. Matthew Lee is in that battle as well. Here they come, nestled with one another. How about Todd Aline, Ken Zeems, Nicholas Sacco, all in that mix as they work their way off the corner. Boy, I got a feeling it's about to either break loose or get good, one or the other. To the inside, in the middle.
A lot of drivers who started in the top 10 right now, as Derek Fulton trying to hold on to a top 10 position right now. He's in 10th right now, under pressure from Michael Jeans in the 08. Points leader entering tonight. One car going off the pace. Is that a lead in the 95 who was running third just a moment ago?
Wow.
He has suddenly fallen down to the 10th position.
Todd Aline in the 95 car. And I hate to say this, guys, but this place reminds me so much of like a draft, like Talladega or Daytona. 1 minute you're in the penthouse, and the next thing you know, you make one wrong move, you get pushed out of the groove, and you're drafting here. Even though it's not Talladega or Daytona, you're drafting, and you can literally get shuffled to the back. Look what happened to Aline. Look what happened to Fulton.
Look what's happening up front. Garrett Maines just took the lead from Hendra, but Hendra coming back on the inside here. In the 71, we got caution.
And the yellow coming out. Hendra was the leader at the time of caution, and the yellow flag will come out with a late race yellow with under 11 laps to go here at Iowa.
Jensen going around in the 02, taking a look at the swag replay.
J.J. Jensen the third, putting us under yellow flag for the 8th time. Swag caution, instant replay. Let's take a look at what happened, Greg.
Going into turn 3, see him on the outside here. Oh, that happened in front of him. He had nowhere to go. Several
we didn't even see these cars crashing.
We just saw
several
the
cars
rolling,
crashing
but
on the front straightaway.
Several caught up in that, including the 22 of Kiernan Church. He was involved in that. Several drivers involved in that one.
Yes, sir. From another angle. Watch this. And hold on tight. From the blimp.
It's going to be coming off turn number 4. Another caution on the front stretch, but this starts right here with these two right there. There's the contact.
Hooks the left rear, gets hit, and then they all go spinning. And the man that started this wreck continued along, Greg.
So we'll see what happens here. Meanwhile, by the way, Wesley, lucky dog, Will Duvall, he's now only 19 laps down. He's making them back up.
You make that sound like the most exciting thing on the racetrack.
We got to flip our Team LSR TV buddy.
Yes,
Will Duvall.
sir.
Got to flip him a hard time. He said he's in it for the fun, and here he is once again getting a lucky dog.
Not 19 laps down now, Will. Free pass. There you go.
Only need 19 more cautions. I hope.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey, he's admin. He can throw cautions in the car, technically.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't help to delay caution. You're going to have to take the green and then take it. I can imagine. What's the green-white checker limit? There a limit on it?
And 3 attempts at a green-white checker. 3.
Well, if he can make it last to where you get to all 3, see what happens.
So Daniel Hendra, the man leading the way. Garrett Maines in second. I want to grab Daniel Hendra, but he's in that do not disturb box, and there I am.
Well, Wesley's going down to see if he can talk to Hendra, but he's got Hendra, Maines, Lee, Sacco, Howell in the top 5 right now. Kenny Zeems, Michael Jeans, Ken Zeems, Critchley, and Aline, your top 10 right now. We still have 23 cars on the lead lap, believe it or not. It's been a great race here at Iowa so far. We thank you for tuning in here on LSR TV in the Iowa Speedway here tonight.
So I just checked in on the crew for I Am Car with Todd Aline, and he said that Daniel Hendra is focused, if you will, Greg. He is focused. He doesn't want to have any interviews unless he wins, unless he goes to post-race. He wants to beat Garrett Maines. Everyone on this series wants to beat Garrett Maines. And why? Because he's simply one of the best, along with Matthew Lee. And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we're going to see, I think, a crazy finish here with under 8 laps to go at Iowa.
Oh, it's going to be a wild one, Wesley. Hendra leading the way. You've got Maines and Lee, the 2 big dogs of the series, 2nd and 3rd behind you. Sacco, Peyton, Howell behind him. By the way, we're going to have 5 laps to go when we go green.
Oh, man. Oh, man. A 5-lap shootout. And don't forget, if they have a caution, there's still 3 attempts at a green-white checker. They are going to do everything in their power to try to beat Garrett Maines. Garrett Maines is like the nemesis. He has the bullseye on him everywhere he runs. Trying to make it to Road to Pro next year is Matthew Lee. You have, and how about this battle? You have I Am Car leading the way with Daniel Hendra. Sadler Esports in second with Garrett Maines. You have Nicholas Sacco, Matthew Lee, Swag Esports right there in third. Matthew Lee for Swag Esports. Nicholas Sacco, and he sits now for BP Racing. He's fourth. Peyton Howell is certainly right now in the 5th position. And Peyton Howell represents Swag Esports. So out of the top 5, 2 Swag drivers and 4 different teams fighting for the victory. I love this.
Shows you how versatile this league is, Wesley. We're going to have 4 to go because the pace car is ducking in right now. Going to be 4 at the line. Here we go. Green flag in the air.
Back underway. 5-lap shootout. And Hendra has set sail. Maines is going to have to fight to get around him. That's exactly what I heard on the in-car audio.
And he just did because Maines got around him, but Hendra is going to come back on the inside. Closing stages here
comes Matt Lee to the inside.
Matt Lee going for second now. Hendra trying to get back. He's going to cross him over, get in the back of him.
3 wide.
Get a nice run. Here comes Peyton Howell. Peyton Howell, he's up in the top 5 late in the going here. Deciding to show his hand late. He's 3 wide for second. Caution.
Caution is out. Yellow. Overtime approaching. This will cause overtime. We will go to overtime here at Iowa. Wow. Problems for Matthew Allen. Car number 127. Watch the replay. Turned on the back straightaway. One going up and over and upside down. Was that Michael Jeans?
No, trying to figure out what number that is.
Mike Adamson. Mike Adamson, the 46 got turned. Look at this. Upside down, Adamson in a shower of sparks down the back straightaway.
He's still going, Wesley. He's still out there on track. Hitting that number 46 amazingly.
Other cars involved continue along. Wow. Watch again. 127. All these other cars involved. There's Mike Adamson in a shower of sparks down the back straightaway in the 46.
So setting up our first attempt at a green, white, checkered. And any guesses on who the lucky dog is?
18 laps to go now. Will Duvall.
Yeah, 18 now. He's got 2 more chances here. If they get 2 more cautions, he can get back up to 16 down at the end.
Shootout coming up here at Iowa Speedway. We're going into overtime. Stick around. We're going to overdrive, and you don't want to miss the thing. We are NASRA on LSR TV and CRN. A wild shootout coming up in round 4 at Iowa when we come back. Boy, oh boy, shootout time coming up here at Iowa. Welcome back to coverage of NASRA and the Outlaw, the Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series, round 4 on LSR TV and CRN. I am Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz alongside Greg. Boy, it's about to get good. I'm telling you, Katie bar the door. This is about to be a barn burner, now a humdinger.
I cannot wait to see this one play out, Wesley. 3 attempts at the green-white checker. Garrett Maines, Matthew Lee, the heat race winners, up on the front row. You've got Hendra right there in 3rd, trying to get up there. He's going to have first of 3 attempts at the green-white checkered here.
So let's explain overtime rules. As you see, they have passed the scheduled distance. Remember, we started this race for 106 laps because the first 6 laps were the opening 4-wide salute in tribute to Chandler Shaw, the Floridian that lost his life, a dirt track racer earlier in the week. So we've completed 100 laps. As the lights go off of the pace car, here's the way it'll go. 3 attempts at a green-white checker. If they take the white flag, the next flag ends the race, meaning wreckers or checkers. If they come back around, take the green, and there's a caution before they take the white, there will be 2 more attempts at a green-white checker. If the 3rd attempt is made and they take the green, Anything happens after that, that officially ends the race. White flag or checkered flag or caution. The race is over. I hope I've explained myself. It's about to get good here at Iowa.
Oh, it's been good, Wesley. It's about to get better because here we go. Pace car on pit road. First of 3 attempts at the green-white checkered. Green flag is out. See if we can get 7/8 of a mile back to the line.
And here's something to think about. They let their tires cool off under this yellow flag as well. Garrett Maines looking for his 4th win on the series.
Oh, Hinder in the wall.
Hinder crashes. Matt Lee got into him. They'll keep on going.
They're still trucking along.
Peyton Howell the second.
Caution.
To the line. White flag. No, caution's out. Caution's out. Yellow flag is out. This race is not over. They'll re-rack them and go again. They never took the white flag.
Take a look at what happened. Deep in the field.
That's Fulton.
Titleine going around Wesley. We're at the green-white checkered attempt number 2. That is the first caution of the day that was not on the front stretch. Second, excuse me. The second one was
second. Yes, this is attempt 1, by the way. They still have 2 more attempts.
Yep, but only the second caution not on the front stretch here. Look at Richard getting through that in the 44. See if we can get it on board with the 44 of Richard because he had to check up to get through that. As Aline spun out in front of him. We'll see if we can go on board with the 44 of Richard. This is on board with him. Watch as he squeaks through this.
Let's get Ray on here. Woo! Holy cow.
Barely getting through that.
What a piece of driving for Ray Richard. Ray, holy cow, man. What a way to zig through that.
Sorry, fellas. You guys on the radio were talking. What was that?
I said, holy cow, Ray. What a way to zig your way through that.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned during a lot of these races is to avoid wrecks, and it's not an easy task to begin with. I mean, these things are a handful, but again, they're a lot of fun. So once I seen the 95 start spin, I thought for sure I was going to T-bone them, and I was right on the binders. And when the caution came out, it was allowed me to get past the cars that blew by me, so that was luck on my side. But yeah, we seen it kind of start to happen, and things are getting crazy. I think we're going to have at least another green-white checkered. You can put you can put a bet on that as far as I'm concerned.
Typical Iowa, you think, coming down to the wire, shootout time? Anybody going to beat Garrett Maines, you think?
Short track, baby. Anybody to beat Garrett? I don't think so. Garrett's got a really good line up there. I've been watching him most of the night. A little bit of communication back and forth with him, and he's been doing fantastic up there with that one machine. Again, it's typical Iowa because it's short track racing. And, man, this is I'm not discouraged yet. Let's put it that way. I'm still in this fight. I still got a dog in this fight, and the Abruzzi USA Z71 Camaro is just it's doing pretty good. I can't knock it, man. I mean, we put new tires on it around lap 60, and with all these cautions, we've been saving them, so I can pound right on it on the green, but I just got to keep up and learn not to fall asleep when the green flag comes out.
All right, but it should be interesting. Attempt number 2 coming up here at Iowa.
Thanks, fellas.
Ray Richard, our in-race reporter from Mohawk, New York. Let's check in on Derek Fulton and check in our another NASRA in-race reporter. Derek, you are mired back in 12th. What's your take of what's happened the last 10 laps or so to you?
Just trying to survive. I think I got into talk a little bit, but I mean, I was kind of on the bottom, so I don't know if it was my fault completely, but it's racing.
Well, I know that I was listening to the in-car audio with IAMCAR, and Hendra and some other guys were literally talking about, do whatever you can. Don't let Garrett Maines win this race. Has it literally got to a point where, you know, they're tired of seeing the one car win all the time, basically?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that, and I mean, we're still in it for points too. So every little bit he gets is a little bit more ahead. So we're falling a little bit more and more behind. So we got to do what we got to do to stay in this thing, make it a run till the end. But it's Garrett played this strategy perfectly tonight, and he had a couple great restarts. So I mean, he's executed perfectly tonight for what he needed to do. So he's earned everything he's got. He inverted, did all that, and still got up there. So, I mean, he's earned it.
Your teammate Peyton Howell is right there, though, beside him in second.
Yeah, I think this could be interesting here. I don't know if we're going to need the third green white or not, but I'm just trying to survive at this point, trying to get as many points as I can after making that mistake at the start of the race. So.
All right, bud. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you very much. That's, again, for Swag.
All right, well, green, white, checkered coming up here at Iowa. Attempt number 2 here at Iowa.
Yep. And by the way, Will Duvall, 17 laps down now.
He can get one more. He can get a maximum of 1.
Let's see what happened. The lights are off for the pace car. It's now Sadler Esports and eSwag on the front row.
Yeah, how about Peyton Howell? Quiet race, climbing through the field. And here he is, front row for the green, attempt number 2 here at a green, white, checkered. Here we go.
And remember, if they do not take the white flag and we get another caution, we'll do it again for a 3rd time. Attempt number 2 at Iowa. What a show this has been. Garrett Maines on the jump. Peyton Howell lost ground, trying to reel him back in with Matthew Lee hooked up on the bottom in 1.
Matthew Lee trying to hold on. Here comes Sacco in the 129. They make it down the back stretch. All good so far. Top 2 breaking away. Big dive from Howell in the number 19 on their ticker as they come around. Sliding in the back. Are we going to get to the line?
Caution's out. We got a wreck. Yellow
Caution
flag. They never took the white flag. Jason Maines. So many other cars involved, crashing off of turn number 4. They threw the caution. Fulton's involved. Jason Maines is involved.
Wesley, that caution came out as the leader crossed the strike. I don't know if we are going to have another one or not. That was right as he crossed the strike. I'm not sure. You see on the replay, Jason Maines, Derek Fulton.
Wow.
That was so close. That was within inches of the strike that the caution came out. I do not know if we're going the green, white, checkered or not. Waiting for live timing and scoring to update. It says we are having one more, but the drivers are slowing down for the pace car. Wow, that was a matter of inches to the line.
This race is not over. They have called the caution. Man, I thought that Maines was taking the white flag. And we're actually going to get ready for a 3rd attempt of a green-white checker. Crashing off of turn 4. This will be the last attempt. The last attempt to be made. Holy cow, Greg. What a race. We thought Talladega was wild. Man, I love the NASRA Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series. What a show these guys put on.
It has been a wild one, Wesley. We're going to get this one last attempt at a green, white, checker. BJ Duvall, Will Duvall.
16 laps down.
He did it. He got to 16. He did it.
Oh, wow. Let's check it on it. Will Duvall, 16 laps down, my friend. Hey, so you're one of the race directors for this event. Was the caution before the leader took the white flag, Will?
That's what they're saying. I honestly don't know. That's what they're saying. I never saw or heard anything say white flag, so I'd say yeah.
Okay. All right. So there it is. Barney, the virtual iRacing flag man, had the white flag in his hand, but it never unfurled to the field. That's what they're saying. Wow.
Yeah.
So, and then they pulled the caution. That's right. So we will have a 3rd attempt. You know, Greg, you had a feeling this was going to happen. Ray Richer even called on it.
Yeah, all 3 green, white, checkers. It was definitely interesting. I thought for sure we were going to make it to the line before that caution came out. Garrett Maines was coming to the strike. It was within inches of the white flag when the caution came out. So close, yet so far. He's going to have to fend off Peyton Howell one more time.
Still under caution. Let's take a quick break. We are NASRA. We'll be back for the finish here in a moment. LSR TV and CRN. lights are off of the pace car. This is it. In the words of Loggins and Messina, this is it. One more time. In the words of Britney Spears. No more. After this, Greg, they take the green. Wreckers or checkers. Garrett Maines, Peyton Howell, Matthew Lee, round 3.
This is going to be a wild one, Wesley. It's been a wild one here at Iowa, and we're about to see it all come down to this. Garrett Maines, Peyton Howell, Matt Lee, Nicholas Sacco, your top 4. How about Michael Jeans? He's had an up and down day in the 08. He's up in the top 5 here.
Up 17 spots in that 08 machine from Texas. The first round winner of the Triple Crown at Bristol, or at Talladega. Here we come. Go. Restart. Maine's got a good jump. Howell, though, he's got a lot better run on him than he had the last time. And they're about to go 4 wide for 3rd and 1.
Could settle it at any point. Something could happen and end this race. This is the product of the final green-white checkered attempt. Down the backstretch, battle for 3rd between Sacco and Lee as they come off of turn number 4. White flag. No, caution. This race is over.
Wow, caution, they crash. Race is official. The way they cross the line is the way they will finish it. We have another swag caution. This race will finish under yellow. They gave them 3 attempts, boys. That'll do it here tonight at Iowa Speedway. And Garrett Maines will officially pick up his 4th win on the NASRA Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series.
Pace car just coming around as a formality, but Garrett Maines picking up the win here at Iowa.
When they come around either this lap or next lap, we're going to start seeing the checkered flag being showed. They're going to show the checkered flag. And it's over.
Garrett Maines, fast time, heat race win, straws a 6 invert, and gets it done in the main event. Garrett Maines, win number 4.
And again, Greg, we did what we said we would do. They ran by the rule book. They ran by the rules saying that they would run the format. And by 3 attempts, we've still crashed. This race is over. Garrett Maines, 4th win. He won at Wilkes-Barre. He won Dover. He won race 2 at Talladega last week in double points, and now he wins again here at Iowa in a wild one in the cornfields of the Buckeye State.
It was a
excuse me, the Hawkeye State. I'm always thinking Iowa Hawkeyes. A Hawkeye State.
Go. And Garrett Maines is going to burn it down on the front stretch. 4th win of the season here in the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. It comes at Iowa. Big one here for Garrett Maines.
Burning it down, his 4th win on the series. And again, he did everything he had to do. Under all the pressure, on the invert, the top 3 redraw. Being fast qualifier. Having to go and win heat 1. Mired in the back. What a show. What an event. Here's your results. Round 4 of the NASRA Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series from Iowa. After a total of 122 laps attempted, Garrett Maines is your winner. Peyton Howell 2nd. Matthew Lee is 3rd. Nicholas Sacco 4th. Michael Jeans is 5th. Critchley, father and son Zeems family from West Seneca, New York are 7th and 8th. Pete Polini 9th, and J.J. Jensen rounds out the top 10.
Coming home in the 11th position was Brandon Gagnon in the number 83. Then it was Keith Bradley. Daniel Hindra, after running so strong, so long in this race, comes home in the 13th position. Bladen Edwards in the number 72. AJ DeMarzo. Derek Fulton, 16th. Jason Maines, 17th. Kieran Church, Billy Smith, and Matthew Allen round out the top 20, Wesley.
Finishing the rest of the rundown, Mike Adamson, 21st. Ray Richer, 22nd. Todd Aline will finish 23rd. Will Duvall, 24th. 17 laps down. Jason Tarasenko and William Smith, the rundown of 26 drivers that put on a wild show here in the cornfields of the Hawkeye State of Iowa. When we come back, It's the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up. We'll talk to the top 3. We are NASRA on CRN and LSR TV. Your home for sim racing. What a wild one. Garrett Maines for win 4 on the series. He takes it again. Clan Wars gamers hosting gamers worldwide. It's time for the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up after round 4 here at Iowa Speedway. We're going to talk to the drivers. I'll ask a question. Greg, you ask a question. They'll thank their sponsors. We'll wrap her up and get on out of here after a wild one that went into triple overtime here at Iowa Speedway. Garrett Maines, his 4th win. The man out of Powelton, Virginia, in the Smithfield Foods, Richmond Raceway Esports, Sadler Esports number 1. What a job. You had to fight for this win. Honestly, you've had to fight for every win on the NASRA Outlaw Series circuit, but you had to come back and battle hard for this one.
Yeah, this race was a lot of fun. For sure, though, on having to come through the field. I think Dover, I was off on strategy probably twice, so I had to come through the field 3 times. At North Wilkesboro, I missed it too, so I had to come through the field 3 times. Talladega was Talladega, and you had your random starts, so that was always having to come through it. And here again tonight, just by the nature of the way the strategies worked out, all of us had to battle through the field with the invert and, with the differing tire strategy. It made for a really interesting race. It was a lot of fun.
A fun time for sure. Greg Rance.
Garrett, with all those late race cautions and all 3 green-white checkers happening, each one that had to ramp up the adrenaline and the nerves more and more and more. By the time that 3rd green-white checker rolled around and you knew this was it for all the marbles, just how nervous were you behind the wheel of that number 1 car?
I was much more nervous on, lap 96 when the caution came out, when I just passed Daniel, and then he shipped it back into 1, and the caution came out, and because he was in front of me at the time of the yellow, he got the spot. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, we're just going to keep wrecking, and I'm never going to get back to him. That was when I was really nervous, because I knew I had to go to work, and I was going to be on the outside, so if, he got a good start and so did Matthew, I was really in trouble. And, it just so worked out that I could get clear of Matthew, get in behind Daniel, and then get one heck of a launch off turn 2. And that was kind of the end of the race at that point. I knew with the green-white checkers it'd be tough, but if you control the starts here, you're in the best possible seat in the house. So.
Final question, and I'll also let you throw out your sponsors at the same time as we wrap things up with winner Garrett Maines. This is your 4th win. What win? I mean, everybody, I know you love winning on this series, but what win stands out? Would tonight stand out being a statement, if you will, as being your most competitive win so far, or was it the others?
It's hard to say. North Wilkesboro was actually really cool. With that, I think it was late race. I had to literally come through the field in the last 25 laps. Different from this one because that track was really hard to pass, and the people in front of me were on the same tire strategy. Generally, it was like a couple laps difference. So probably that one. I feel like that one had the most excitement as well as I was coming through. But they're all pretty even, dude. Dover was insane too. Like that 3-wide move down the backstretch. Like there were just so many, moves in this series that have gone on over the weeks that have just been really cool to watch. Between everybody just coming back through the field, it's kind of hard to put one on top, but they've all been really good.
Thank your sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Got to thank Smithfield 101 CBD, SimSeats, Strickland Hardy, all the guys at ESC and Richmond Raceway for all their support, and you guys are putting on a show.
His 4th win now on the NASRA Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series from Powelton, Virginia for, of course, Sadler Esports. That is Garrett Maines. 2nd place going to Peyton Howell. Peyton, you will settle for 2nd. Man, I'm telling you, you're coming off of that Triple Crown win and the Triple Points finale at Talladega last week, and seems like things were really going well for your Swag Esports entry, just fell one spot short.
Yeah, I was kind of just wanting that last green white checker to go green. I felt like we could have got there. I feel like I could have got the Garrett at least in one, maybe got to him. Maybe we could have had a battle down the back stretch or something, but heartbreak with three green white checkers, and I couldn't get the white flag on any of them.
Peyton, talk us through that race, especially the second half, because you were kind of quietly riding around there around 10th, and then using the cautions and the restarts to your advantage with some big moves there to find yourself up in second for the green white checkers.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it, like on the restarts, everybody was just stacking up on the restarts, and I was able to just get the bottom every restart. So I was able to make it 3 wide on the entry, and it was just working out, and the cautions kept falling into our favor except for there at the end. I thought maybe since I'm on the outside of Garrett, I can stay on his outside, getting into one, and maybe beat him off the corner. But he's just so good at the restarts.
A lot of fun here tonight in this triple overtime, wasn't it, Peyton, for you to get up there and battle for it?
Yeah, it was fun trying to come back from like 15th twice and getting up there, just following Matt through the field. I was kind of getting frustrated with a couple people. This track is really hard to pass at. Once you get about 5-10 laps on your tires, you have to go to the outside of somebody, and they're going to really protect it. So you either got to drive it down in there or just hope that you can get to their outside.
Sponsors.
I'd like to thank Swag E-Wraps and Graphics, NRV Recycling, everybody on the Swag team, Billy Smith, Matt Lee, Eric Fulton, Bladen Edwards, Mike Adamson, Brandon Gagnon. I'd like to thank Brandon for keeping me calm that whole race. I was getting really mad during the middle of that race, just trying to get through the field. And I'd like to thank y'all for putting on a great show.
Thank you, buddy. All right, there's the man, the young man. Peyton Howell finish it in the number 2 position for Swag Esports, and another Swag Esports member getting close to the podium. Another top 3 for Matt Lee out of Clinton, Maine. Matthew, what's your take of the race? You tried to get after it.
Yeah, it was a fun race for sure. Had a really good stretch going there. Just, had a battle with a guy on old tires that really didn't go my way and got some damage, and Peyton got by, and, he's kind of stuck where I was there. At the end with the damage, really was hard to do anything once I got the damage.
Matt, tell us about your fight after you got the damage, because a lot of people may have thought, oh boy, that's going to be tough to fight back from, but you still held on to a podium spot. How hard was it to wheel that thing with that damage?
I was really worried because I was getting really tight up off the corner, and I come close a couple times. Me and Sacco actually got together a little bit once, and I felt bad for that because Sacco always races me wicked clean. It's always fun to race with him, and definitely not the type of racing I like to do. I mean, I like to do everything real clean, so you just really battled with the car being tight off the corner after that. So I had to really be pretty aggressive on entry to not lose a ton on exit,
All right, bud. Well, we'll let you thank your sponsors, and we'll wrap it up on here at Iowa tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to Swag Esports and Graphics and GTR Simulators and all the guys over at Swag. I mean, man, it's been fun with these guys, and they really got my back with everything.
And on to the next one for sure. Definitely. Greg Rentz, your final thoughts, buddy, as we wrap up the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. Clan Wars Servers, the official communications partner of Live Sim Racing. A wild race here at Iowa. What's your take as we close out the night?
Oh, it was a wild one, Wesley. Start to finish. It was epic here at Iowa. My first time at the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series, and it was awesome. I cannot wait to see what happens next week when we go road course racing at Canadian Tire.
There'll be left turns. There'll be right turns. There'll be the Monk's Corner and Twin 20 action for the NASRA Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series next Wednesday night. Airtime, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on LSR TV and on the CRN Sports for radio coverage. For Charles Wooten in the production chair, for Greg Rentz, and of course for all of our NASRA in-race reporters, including Will Duvall, Ray Richer, and Derek Fulton. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to his 4th win. Virginia's Garrett Maines. We now go road course racing in Canada virtually next Wednesday night. God bless you all. Please keep on praying for America.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.